We begin with breaking news at 11. Several people hit during a drive-by shooting in South L.A. At least 2 have died.
CBS2's Jeff Nguyen is live on the scene with late-breaking details. Jeff.
Guys, off the top, 2 people are dead following an apparent drive-by shooting. Let me step aside so you can get a look at the scene here. Now, several blocks around Vermont Avenue and 88th Street are closed right now. Let's go ahead and show you some video to explain why, because this is a very large crime scene. Detectives say there are bullet casings up and down the street. The L.A. County Sheriff's Department tells us that a drive-by shooting happened at around 8:30 tonight. Now, witnesses say that a car with 4 doors, a black car with several people in it, opened fire. Witnesses say they heard about a dozen rounds go off. Right now, police tell us 2 men have been killed. Several others are injured. Some witnesses described to us what they saw, and they asked us not to show their faces.
I was in a car with my cousin, and they just started shooting out of nowhere. And I got out when the shooting stopped, and I went in because my mom was in the store. And basically, when I came out, a person that I know was shot and on the ground and shot a couple of times. He was just an innocent bystander. Like, it's crazy.
About 15, I seen everybody running towards the corner. And when I came to see, my friends were still there. There was a guy dead. And I just backed up because I didn't want to see.
So again, 2 men are dead following an apparent drive-by shooting. Several other people are injured, but those people are expected to be okay. Right now, the motive of this shooting is still under investigation. We are live in South L.A. Jeff Nguyen, CBS 2 News.
Thank you, Jeff. And we have more breaking news. Police used a pit maneuver to bring a pursuit to an end at 12th and Hoover in downtown L.A. Police arrested the truck driver after a 30-minute standoff. He's wanted for driving a stolen vehicle.
And breaking news tonight in Napa County, a wildfire burned homes in the Berryessa Highlands area. As many as 10 to 15 structures are believed to be damaged or destroyed. At least 100 acres scorched. Napa County sheriffs issued a mandatory evacuation. And a new wildfire is raging out of control in Mendocino County, northwest of Sacramento. The Mendocino Complex fire started as 2 separate fires, but they merged. The fire is just 2% contained and has burned over 9,000 acres. The governor has now declared a state of emergency in Mendocino, Napa, and Lake counties because of these fires. Meanwhile, the Carr fire in Redding has now killed 5 people, including 2 children. The California National Guard posted this video on its Facebook page today, showing as its aircraft flew into the smoke to drop retardant on the flames. Firefighters say 5,000 homes are now being threatened around Redding, and the fire is just 5% contained. CBS 2's Katie Nielsen has the latest on this firefight.
Intense flames devoured this home in Northern California Saturday. It's one of at least 500 structures reduced to ash, and more could meet the same fate.
It's burning in every direction all at the same time. And we've got, even though we have multiple resources, the way that it's burning, the intensity that it's burning, uphill, downhill.
Fire officials say the Carr fire has doubled in size. It also claimed 3 more victims. The Bledsoe family says Melody and her 2 great-grandchildren died of smoke inhalation. They say the victims had no warning about the fast-moving fire.
We used a number of warning systems and going door to door. In that specific case, we're still looking into that matter there.
Hundreds of evacuees attended a meeting to get updates on their property. Many fear there will be nothing to go back to because the wind is now in control.
Unfortunately, we watched her house go up in flames.
Firefighters are also battling triple-digit heat, which makes it much harder to get these fires under control.
It takes a lot of effort to pull your body through 110-degree weather and do the job that we're supposed to be doing.
While they fight the fire here, other parts of the state are burning. So far, the wildfires have chewed through more than 160,000 acres. Katie Nielsen, Redding, California.
A fast-moving brush fire near Fallbrook in the rural community of Deluz. Firefighters told people in about 100 homes there to leave. So far, 225 acres have burned. And firefighters say the Cranston fire near Idlewild in Riverside County has now burned more than 13,000 acres, and it's only 29% contained. Firefighters spent today strengthening their brake line between the flames above Idlewild and the town itself. An actor known for his role in the Mission Impossible movies is opening up about a dramatic, real-life run-in with the law.
Yeah, Ving Rhames says he was held at gunpoint in his home by police. CBS2's Christy Fajardo is live in Santa Monica with this story. Christy?
Yeah, the story was trending today, even though, according to police, the incident actually happened 2 years ago. But Rhames didn't open up about it until now. Many of those commenting tonight are outraged by what they view as another example of racial profiling, this time in the actor's own home.
Get up, I open the door, there's a red dot pointed at my face from a 9mm.
Oh my gosh.
And they say, put up your hand.
It was on a Sirius XM show that Ving Rhames shared the story, but it was on this tree-lined Santa Monica street that he says officers pulled their guns on him in his own home. The actor, best known for the Mission Impossible movies, now believes not his fame, but chance saved him.
The captain of police, and you can check this with the Santa Monica Police Department, he recognized me because my son played against his school, the school his kids went to.
Santa Monica police insist their guns don't have lasers and defended their response, saying it happened 2 years ago when dispatch got calls from 2 separate households reporting a black man breaking into a home. A sergeant and 4 others responded. In a statement, the department says officers recognized the resident and the situation was quickly de-escalated with no use of force occurring.
Myself, the sergeant, I think one other police officer went over to that house, which was across the street from my place, and the person denied it.
It's not the first time residents in Santa Monica have called police on their black neighbors for entering their own homes. A similar case made headlines just months before the run-in with Rhames. The police department says they have since launched a Meet Your Neighbor program, hoping familiarity will cut down on the false calls. Rhames says police at the scene apologized to him, and even after 2 years, many people on his street still apparently had no idea he ever lived there. They seemed surprised when we told them, although they were quick to point out another famous neighbor, Owen Wilson. Live in Santa Monica, Christy Fajardo, CBS 2 News.
Wild story, Christy. Thanks. An LAPD officer who was shot in the leg by a driver during an attempted traffic stop last night in North Hills is expected to recover. She is said to be in good condition. LAPD says after the man shot her, her partner returned fire, hitting the driver.
7 to 10. Just return fire.
They pulled him out from the car, and he was bleeding. He was bleeding. He had blood on all over his face.
The suspect was critically wounded.
A car slammed into a strip mall on Manchester Boulevard in Inglewood today. LA County Fire says 3 people were hurt. 1 was taken to the hospital. Safety inspectors have been asked to assess the building's structural integrity.
Well, more heat heading to Southern California, right, Martina?
That's right, Peter. We've got the heat, we've got humidity, and also some storms in the forecast. I will track all of it for you coming up.
Iconic LA band Ozo Motley has taken the show off the stage and into the crowd. We're going to bring you here coming up.
And plenty of fresh faces at Rams training camp this year. Hear from one of its biggest new names.